Stocks simplified, profits multiplied. Welcome to the Apex Investor channel here on YouTube. This is the update for Friday, October the 15th. This is the weekend update. Uh, as we can see, the big winner, or I should say the big loser, was DCT, negative 24%. Space was down as well, 16% of note. LMFA is up 38%. That's one of the penny stocks I've been tracking. And I think that's it for the FinViz there. We'll take a look at the trending stocks coming up next. Back. Ocugen was down 13.8%. Coinbase was up to 280. So that is seeing a meteoric rise, probably going to hit 300 very soon. Besides that, GameStop was down to 183. Bitcoin over 61,000. That's current as of today, Sunday. Because Bitcoin never stops trading. It's not like the stock market where there's hours. AMC was up on Friday at 40.74. And Canaan is up as well. That's one of the few Chinese stocks that I said are good. And you can see it is going up. Mara is up 12%. LMFA, again, the big winner, 38%. I want to take a look at SOS. I think I missed that one, but that should be in the green as well. That's one of the other Bitcoin or crypto related stocks based in China, but probably up. SOS. Okay, well, I can't seem to find it. I'll just do a Control F. There it is. Okay, so it's down just a little bit. So they're probably the only crypto stock that is down. We're going to look a little bit closer at metamaterials. They had a down day on Friday, but that's not unusual. That's typical for metamaterials and most of these trending stocks. They tend to go down on Friday. It was down 3.5%, just about, and fell under $5. So we can see $5 is really good support. The day's range was 497 to 524. The volume was just under a third of the average. IronNet was up a little bit to 1091. The day's range was 1069 to 1142. Volume was not too bad, just over half the average. And then looking at the last week, we can see IronNet certainly found support at 1050. 1050, well, below $11 is good support. We can see this, look forward to this going up again in the next 6 to 12 months, right back up to the $20 level and above. Next is MMTLP. I said I wouldn't talk about this one, but I'll just give you a quick update. It's up 9% to 169, and the range was 150 to 183. Okay, and lastly, Clover was at 791, finished the day at 791. The range was 783 to 814. Volume was over a third of the average. So we'll move on to Reddit and Twitter. If there's anything interesting, we'll take a look at those. Tweeted here on the 15th, talking about an incredible lineup at the next AR reality event. Can't wait to hear from Metamaterial CTO Jonathan Waldron and other top speakers about the challenges and opportunities in augmented reality. So I'm not sure when that's taking place. I opened the link and let you know if there's a date here. An eyewear engineering challenges. Oh, AR engineering challenges. It says sponsored by Meta, November the 1st. Okay, so that's coming up next month. Okay. I've got to give props to this guy who did this, WSB Boy 3000. A kind of a spoof off the Pip-Boy from the game. I think it's Fallout, if I'm not mistaken. Really clever video. It did a great job, good production values. And it's interesting how they made this product. But anyway, you could take a look at that when you have time. I have about around 6 posts to read on the metamaterials subreddit. The first post is providing a comparison between Meta and OSTK over stock. So on September 24th, 2019, OSTK announced a Series A preferred stock. Notice that similar to metamaterials, what they're doing right now. And it says the effective date, April 24, 2020. Stock price drops after the filing announcement. That's exactly what happened with metamaterials. Wow, I'm happy this post exists. So it was down to 11.23 on September 23rd, 2019. So that's the price then. April 9th, 2020, NASDAQ sets the ex-dividend date for OSTK digital dividend. So the stock price of OSTK skyrocketed after the record date of April 27th. So that's just a little after, I believe, when the dividend was issued. After the distribution date of May 19. Okay. Shorts are trapped and already starting to cover for the dividend. Wow. Okay. That's very, very interesting. So we can see April 27th, the price was 11.98 at that point. And let's see what happened. Wow. Holy smoke. Preferred A stock started listing at about $10. The price kept going up with OSTK stock until August. So this is OSTK. This is the, I think this is the dividend or the preferred shares up to $68. What is happening to Meta is similar to OSTK. Meta Materials is going the same course. Shorts will be trapped. Trust the process. Let's go. Great post. Yeah, it's a good summary, keeping it simple. I appreciate that very much. Next post. Here's an old article from vice.com. How will molecular engineering shape the vehicles of tomorrow? This is from 2018. And I believe they do talk about metamaterials. That's the assumption. I didn't take a look at it myself. But molecular engineering, okay. So it's going to affect the automobile market. Next post talks about November the 8th could be a good day. What does that mean? That's in the Permian Basin, isn't it? It says Hudspeth County. That would be Oro Grande Basin. It probably isn't meta, but it's a good debate. It's good for debate if anyone likes to do that kind of thing. Torchlight is in Oro Grande. These permits are in Permian. Okay. Torchlight owns both. Okay. I'm not sure I've heard of that. That sounds like speculation, but anyhow. Hudspeth operating is under George's name as well. Okay. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but whether this is true or not, Meta commences drilling operations. All right, let's see when was that posted? That is that kind of snuck under the radar, unless this is an old article. It's from Yahoo Finance, and it is dated October the 15th. Okay, Meta commences drilling operations in Oro Grande. Let me rewind and talk. Meta commences drilling operations in Oro Grande project to maintain lease compliance. I feel like I'm solving a puzzle in Wheel of Fortune. So they started, ladies and gentlemen. This show is getting started. 4 wells must be drilled in the Oro Grande project to hold the lease for sale or spin out. 2 wells are being drilled this month. The company expects to begin drilling a second pair of wells on another site in early November. The company believes that after they complete these drilling, these wells, the company will be in compliance with all aspects of its lease obligations. So they will then sell the assets, all the oil, and that money is going to be into the billions of dollars, hundreds of billions probably. So yeah, November the 8th, yeah, could be very good. We'll see. It's still a ways, a few weeks away. Meta and Torch 4 well drilling program is an interesting new development that could potentially extend the dividend payout date, and affect the amount. It is definitely going to be an added expense. It may make the area more valuable or less valuable. I don't see how it can be less valuable, but okay. Generally speaking, when a well is drilled, the oil, gas production numbers produced from the well are not released publicly, for 3 to 6 months or more. It doesn't mean the numbers won't be released. It just might be premature. Now, we know there are 4 basin areas included in the Oro Grande area. The production numbers are as follows. Oro Grande, 3.7 billion. Delaware, 2.1. Midland, 1.68 million. I don't know what Delaware, if that's million or not, but anyhow. 5.4 billion cubic feet per day. Val Verde, 417 billion cubic feet of oil and gas, which is equivalent to 74.2 million barrels as of August 2020. I know there are studies saying it's 3.7 billion, but the question remains, can it be brought to the surface? So yeah, that's a big question, and that remains to be seen whether what number they will actually have. The initial expenditures from drilling to production are usually recouped anywhere from 3 to 6 months after bringing the wells online. But I think since the price of oil is going up, they might recoup it much quicker. I work in the oil and gas industry. I'm trying to pass along information I feel is pertinent. Don't bother coming at me with the shill BS. I'm not saying we won't be getting the dividends. I'm trying to give a realistic timeline. Yeah, okay, I appreciate that. I'm anticipating the preferred shares will be rolled into a spin-off company. Yeah, probably might happen. The dividends may be extended by several months. Yeah, that's what I also agree with that sentiment. That's why I said regarding this channel, I'm giving metamaterials at least 4 months, but more likely even as long as 6 months to really issue the dividend from the day that the deadline, which is December 28th. So we saw Overstock, and I believe their deadline was around April or so, and they issued the dividend shortly after, but that has nothing to do with oil. So it's a lot more complicated for metamaterials compared to Overstock. But let's see. This question here, what kind of wells? Is there a difference? There's a difference. Test wells are called wildcatting. It is highly unlikely in this instance. When they wildcat, they drill a well to whatever depth they feel there may be oil or gas. They use wireline, log, okay. They're going to be going into production because it will bolster the books and drive the land appeal up if we can get them to produce. The timing of the drilling tells me they're going to try and get all of them, or at least some of them, into production before the end of December. It takes time to drill a well and get into production. I'm not sure why they would wait to drill until the end, unless they're hoping the land would sell before the contractual obligations were up. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe they were trying to sell the land, but since the price of oil is only going higher and higher, they realize what better time than now to do this, perhaps, is their mindset. Controversial post, elephant in the room. I don't ever want to hear one of you guys complaining about George again. Okay. So I run the risk of opening this post with a quote like that. Okay. What is he saying? September, October. Someone want to tell me how a stock that was testing 7s twice earlier is now struggling to stay above 5? Well, I mean, it was struggling to stay above 3 for a while. Whatever conference George talks about gets buried under a bunch of random posts. October options, shorts, the price drops, random people start showing up. This is the second time this event happened. What event? George is not doing enough. Yeah, those are people just complaining. The only reason the stock is not in the cellar is because George knows what he's doing. And there's GME, AMC investors here who've been through the drill. Yeah, I'm one of those. I was part of that GME, AMC business there. Situation, I should say, not business. This is a Reddit forum. GameStop was organized through Reddit. Yeah. Okay. Basically, F you. Okay. All right. I think he's saying screw the people who are spreading FUD. And you know what? I'm very positive on the stock. Otherwise, my channel would be all over the place, but it pretty much is mostly meta for the most part. Like 90% of this channel is meta. Hudspeth Operating, LLC. Bobby Axelrod. Okay. Well, there's not too much. I think the biggest update was regarding the oil wells being drilled. So that's a good development. We could see the the Torchlight assets being sold off, hopefully before the deadline or around the deadline. I mean, you shouldn't really meet the deadline, but it's looking very well for Torchlight preferred stock shareholders, the MMTLP people, and people who are just into metamaterials, period. So this is great news. This is the weekend update. Thank you very much for the views, all the likes, all the subscribes. Appreciate it very much. Have a great weekend for the remainder of your weekend, and I'll hope to catch you on Monday after the market closes. Thank you very much once again. May God bless you all, and may God bless your investments.